It is week number 5 of the high school football season. Thanks for tuning in here on GTV. Tonight, the Madison Blue Streaks invade Hilltopper country to take on your Chardon undefeated Hilltoppers football team. Matt Jaworski, Jamie Wood with you. Jamie, this is a big game for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, it absolutely is. We're in Western Reserve Conference play now, and one of the things for Chardon is that Madison has kind of stuck with them in the last 2 years. Hilltoppers have not scored any points against this Blue Streaks team, and so, you know, Mitch Hewitt said it last week, the Chardon head coach. He said this is a game that he wants to win, and let's see how long it takes for that scoreless streak to end.
Well, it's sitting at over 100 minutes right now, and we'll find out. But first, we're going to go down to the senior band night, and then we'll have the band and player introductions, and after that, it'll be kickoff here on GTV.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we would like to dedicate a special portion of our pregame to our outstanding band seniors and their awesome parents. They have dedicated years of service to our program, leading our band into the future.
Noelle Baker is the saxophone squad leader and is being escorted down the 50-yard line by her parents Tina and Phil Baker. She has been in marching band for 4 years. Noelle plans to attend the University of Cincinnati to major in pre-law and business management. Stephen Blau is walking the 50-yard line tonight with his parents Kim and John Blau. Stephen has been in marching band for 4 years and is quad squad leader this year, as well as our drumline section leader. Following graduation, Stephen plans on attending a 4-year college for engineering. Audrey Drago is being escorted this evening by her mom, Tracy Best, her stepdad, Gary Best, and her brother, Noah. Audrey has been a topperette for 2 years. After graduation, she plans to attend Kent State University to study nursing and pre-med. Morgan Geisheimer is walking the 50-yard line tonight with her parents, Laura and Mike Winfield. Morgan has been a topperette for 3 years. Next year, Morgan plans to attend Miami University for speech pathology and audiology with a minor in neuroscience. Andrew Gillespie is being escorted this evening by his parents, Allison and Brian Gillespie. Drew has been on the drum line for 4 years and is a member of the snare section. Drew plans to attend Lakeland Community College to begin his studies in electrical or computer engineering. Brianna Gonzalez has been a member of the Hilltopper Marching Band for 4 years on our drum line. Tonight, she is walking the 50-yard line with her sister, Kimberly Adelman. Brianna currently attends Lakeland and is undecided about her plans after graduation. Our next senior is Savannah Huff. Savannah is our sousaphone squad leader this year and is being escorted this evening by her parents, Darlene and John Huff, and her sister, Sierra. Savannah has been a squad leader for 3 years and plans to attend Kent State for a degree in psychology. She hopes to someday attend law school. Brock Juker is being escorted this evening by his parents, Heather and David Juker. Brock has been a member of the drumline for 4 years and is the bell squad leader this year. Brock plans to go to college for forensic science and join a crime scene investigation unit. He also wants to wish his mom a happy birthday. Jared Karikas has been a member of drumline for 4 years and is the snare drum squad leader this year. Jared is walking the 50-yard line with his parent, Carol Karikas, and his dad, Howard. After graduation, Jared plans to attend a 4-year college, either Miami or Michigan, where he will study engineering. Our next senior is Ashley Klein. Ashley is being escorted down the 50-yard line by her parents, Maureen and Jeff Klein. Ashley has been an outstanding member of our drumline for 4 years. Her favorite marching song has been Uma Thurman. Ashley is currently undecided about her plans after high school. Our next senior is Megan Kofel, our band president this year. Megan is being escorted this evening by her parents, Tabitha and Steve Kofel. Megan has been in marching band for 4 years and is also a squad leader this year. She plans to go far away to college and major in psychology.
Isabel Larkins has been on the CHS drumline for 4 years, and this evening she is walking the 50-yard line with her parents, Alicia and Tom Larkins. Isabel currently is undecided about her plans after CHS, but she hopes to get a job immediately after graduation. Our next senior is Sky Nadzowski, and he's being escorted tonight by his parents, Terry and Dale Nadzowski. Skylar has been a member of our trombone section for 3 years. Skylar currently takes classes at Kent and plans to transfer to Akron for mechanical engineering. Our next senior is Morgan Pychuk. Morgan is being escorted tonight by her parents, Stephanie and Timothy Pychuk. She has been in marching band for 4 years as a member of the saxophone section, where she has been a squad leader for 2 years. Morgan is also the representative for band council. She plans to attend college for business or paralegal studies.
Nick Schregel is being escorted down the 50-yard line this evening by his parents, Mary and Nick Schregel, and his grandmother, Angela Liberator. Nick has been in marching band for 4 years as a Bell squad leader, assistant field commander, and this year as our field commander. Nick plans to study physics with plans to continue on with a graduate degree. Our next senior is Sarah Seifert, who is being escorted by her parents, Dawn and Bill Seifert. Sarah has been a topperette for 2 years and spent 2 years on the alto saxophone. After high school, Sarah plans to spend 2 years at Lakeland and then continue her education at a state college. Hallie Spino has been a majorette for 3 years and is our majorette captain this year. Hallie is being escorted this evening by her parents, Lorene and Michael Spino, and her godchild, Madalena. After graduation, Hallie is considering Kent State and is planning to study veterinary medicine. Katie Stagg is walking the 50-yard line this evening with her parents, Connie Mauser and John Stagg. Katie has been a member of the Topperettes for 4 years. After graduating from CHS, Katie plans to attend college and major in engineering or construction management. Michael Tosti is being escorted tonight by his parents, Chris and Link Tosti, and his grandmother, Ildiko. He has been in marching band for 4 years and is a squad leader this year in our saxophone section. Michael is considering forensic nursing as a career.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a great big applause for the band class 2016 and their parents. The band will be back in just a few minutes with pregame.
undefeated Hilltoppers.
Here comes the Hilltoppers getting set to take on the Madison Blue Streaks. How you doing, everybody? Matt Jaworski, Jamie Ward with you as we get set for Friday Night Lights. Always a great matchup between these two Western Reserve Conference foes.
Joey Dinko bringing out the pickaxe, leading the team onto the field. Matt, he had a huge week last week. 4 touchdowns, and now he's got 7 on the season. This Chardon Hilltopper team has been so explosive, but the one thing we have not seen, Matt, and you and I have sat here for all 16 quarters, we have not seen them be tested in any way. Will that happen tonight? Traditionally, Madison is always a test. They come in with a 1-win, 3-loss record, but you know that they are ready to go tonight.
Well, they absolutely are. And Jamie, there's been some questions raised. Chardon's schedule has been very light in terms of wins and losses by the opponent. Tonight, again, another 1-win team coming in, but the difference is Madison, a perennial playoff team. They know that if they want to make the postseason, it starts tonight with a win over this Chardon Hilltoppers group.
You talk a little bit about light schedules. Let's be honest, though. There's only 2 teams in the Western Reserve Conference who have a winning record, Chardon and Riverside. So there are 5 teams right now still trying to find their way, 6 teams actually. And so the Hilltoppers, but the thing is, Matt, is that the game has been over at halftime. So a little bit of a light schedule, yes. Does that mean anything when it comes to their dominance? I don't think so.
We'll find out tonight if Chardon's going to be able to play 4 quarters or not of football. Certainly, last week the starters only played 2 quarters. That was it. The first 2 they did not see. Any time after a halftime.
This Madison team comes in again 1-3, smaller roster than I think we're used to seeing, Matt. We were down on the field before the game, and I think we were both a little bit surprised by how few blue streaks they had in white jerseys tonight.
Yeah, it's just shocking. Unless a lot of kids just didn't make the trip down here, I'm not sure about that. But Jamie, this, even looking at the roster, this just seems like a small roster for Tim Willis and his blue streaks.
Always a well-coached football team, though, and this is, again, a perennial playoff team, as you mentioned. But Chardon offensively dominant. Big plays has been the way that they've gone this year. Defensively, this starting defensive unit has given up 1 touchdown. It was a fullback dive against Geneva, very strange play. And other than that, they have been spot on. They'll play again tonight without their starting middle linebacker. But other than that, Coach Mitch Hewitt said, everybody's a go.
Yeah, good to see Chardon getting healthy as they head into league play. They had some guys banged up earlier in some of these games, but right now all systems are a go for the Hilltoppers, who will be kicking off to start this game. Chardon wearing the all-black uniforms tonight. And if you notice closely, both teams with the green socks.
Mental Illness Awareness Night here at Memorial Field in Chardon. You're going to see green not only on the field. The Chardon Crazies are doing a green out, which is neat to see because the black out, the white out, the red out, they've done many times. Tonight, all green, cheerleaders with green pom-poms, and even I'm wearing a green bracelet tonight, Matt.
To kick
Cam Cato
Ethan Ziegler.
And Lane Lucas back deep to receive, but well, that ball will be brought out just shy of the 1, and what a hit by the Toppers. Wow! Chardon getting the first lick. That was Wade Novak,
Cato
number 40.
Run back.
Sophomore who's not on the field a whole lot, but he's earning
Novak.
his keep on the special teams. And Mitch Hewitt right now, huge smile on his face. Red polo, black pants, red shoes. The head coach in his 6th year has just done a great job at 40 and 16.
Out comes the Madison Blue Streak offense. We're going to see 2 receivers out to the near side. 2 backs in the backfield behind Josh Gibson, the senior quarterback, 6'2", 200 pounds. Gibson will hand the ball off, second man through, and nothing going there. That Hilltopper D-line just as tough as can be.
This defensive line, Matt, you look at Kyle McCaffrey, Dustin Clute. They have just had such a tremendous job dominating the line of scrimmage, and we expect to see even more of that tonight.
Absolutely. See what's going to happen here. 2nd down and 10. They're going to say no gain. Ball still on the 15-yard line. Very similar formation. Actually, check that. 3 receivers this time for the Blue Streaks. Gibson from the gun. Looking to throw the ball right side. Ball tipped up in the air. Picked off. Chardon, the 10, the 5, and to the house. Touchdown, Hilltoppers!
That's Dylan Hemley, linebacker, the junior. Ball fell right into his hands, Matt, and the streak is broken. It took 50 seconds. Wasn't the offense. That was something we probably wouldn't have predicted.
Dylan Hemley with the 15-yard touchdown return on the interception.
Dylan Hemley.
And Chardon draws first blood. Jamie, we've seen this twice now in the last 2 weeks. The Hilltoppers getting on the board rather quickly.
And they're running a muddle huddle here. Haven't seen that much this year.
Showing something a little bit different. Kick is underway, no question about that. Off the
PAT
down
is good. Ethan Zickaboo.
Portion of the scoreboard, the down letter.
Score, your Chardon Hilltoppers 7.
7-0 Toppers.
Madison
Well,
0.
whether you're listening live at home or watching us on replay, we could not bring you Chardon Hilltopper football without all of our cable subscriber franchise fees.
Ladies and
We'd like to
gentlemen, we
thank
have a
all of
found
our
set
funding
of keys
communities,
in the press
including those
box.
not funding
They were
this
found at
game tonight.
St. Mary's.
And they are Burton Village, Middlefield Village, the City of Chardon, Hamden Township, Munson Township, Chardon Township, and boy, 20 years now of GTV. It's been...
I was told I'm not allowed to sing happy birthday, so I'll just say happy birthday, GTV.
Happy birthday, 20 years this month, in fact. And boy, being able to bring you these games week in and week out. Of course, the weather's been so great this year, Matt. We're on week 5. There's really no excuse not to come down here to the field. But as we move more into the fall season, you can hear every game right here live on GTV.
Jamie, think about this. We're sitting week 5. It is officially fall. You and I are in shorts and our GTV cotton polos. Matching blue cotton polos tonight, by the way.
Unplanned.
Like the way you dress. Now, Hilltoppers set to do it again. Kind of deja vu. They did this 50 seconds ago. This one will be a touchback.
Cannot be brought out of the end zone.
Probably a good idea after that last return.
Well, Hilltoppers, Matt, they come in 4-0. The biggest win this season was the Week 1 win against West Geauga, who has rattled off 2 straight wins. And, you know, they're probably going to end up being a pretty decent football team, likely maybe to win the CVC again, could make the playoffs. But aside from that, it has been blowout city for Chardon.
It absolutely has a lot of running clock. Gibson going to empty the backfield. Hilltoppers trying to get some guys over. Receiver screen, balls
That's a
dropped.
fumble. No, they said it was incomplete. Very close. Interesting.
They're looking for Ken Klein, who's one of the starting running backs.
It looked right, I mean, live. And, of course, we don't have the ability to replay like you would if you were watching it with 12 cameras at home. But looked awfully close to a lateral.
Another 4 receiver set. Gibson in the pistol formation. Claps his hands again. A quick pass, incomplete. Feeling some pressure in the backfield. Boy, Ryder Davis just getting back there awful quick.
Hilltoppers will bring their nickel package in, another defensive back, and it looks like Madison has already decided that they're going to be a pass-first offense tonight.
Well, without Isaiah McClure, who's out for the foreseeable future, we talked with the Madison coaching staff, and they could not give a timetable as to when McClure's coming back. He injured himself in that very first game of the season. Things have been a little bit rough for the Blue Streaks. 3rd and 10 from the 20. Gibson up in the air. Overthrows his intended target, and that'll bring up 4th down. Was looking for Dell Duncan Busby.
Great poise by Josh Gibson, the quarterback. He's been standing in flat-footed, and we have a penalty flag on the field, our first flag of the night. Good opportunity to let you know who the officials are tonight. Our referee is Don Walker. Flag is against Chardon. Umpire James Stewart, the linesman Bill Humphrey, line judge Ed Galloway, and our back judge is Antonio Little.
Penalty will be enough to move the chains for a first down. Costly penalty by the Hilltoppers defense. Mitch Hewitt not happy with the call, but not much he can do.
This officiating crew is from Norton, which is right outside of Akron. Long way coming out here tonight.
Madison going to send trips near side. Gibson again dropping back to pass, feeling pressure from behind, going to throw the ball and throw it away. He does.
Boy, almost. He had Ryder Davis coming from behind him, and Davis was going to have a strip for sure. But so far, Gibson unable to complete a pass, Matt.
Well, he has thrown an interception on his very first pass of the game and incomplete since then. Madison has run a single running play. That's been it. 4 receivers set again for the Blue Streaks. 2nd and 10 from the 30. Wave that off.
And it is an encroachment.
Chardon, 2 quick penalties on this drive, moving Madison up to the 35-yard line. Going to be 2nd down and 5 from the 35 now. For the Blue Streaks, their big Achilles heel, Jamie, throughout this early portion of the season has been turning the ball over. And a lot of it has to do with having some inconsistencies up front. They are going to be rotating a lot of guys out on the offensive line. Gibson going to keep it himself, trying to go around the end, and Gibson loses a couple yards on that play.
Hilltoppers defensive coordinator Brian Landy is a Chardon graduate, and he's joined by guys like Bob Francis, who helps on the defensive end. Marty Makar coaches the kickers. Dave Toddy is always involved. Don Novacek, offensive coordinator. Chad Morawski, the new varsity head basketball coach, who we'll see this winter. Dakota Romine, Bill Overton, and Jim Britt round out the coaching staff.
3rd and 7 for the Streaks. Gibson looking to throw left side across the middle. Ball is going to be incomplete.
Great coverage.
Yeah, great coverage on the play by Jesse Smith.
Veteran.
And Jamie, this Blue Streak defense, or excuse me, this Hilltopper defense showing that they can protect against the pass. They can defend it right now.
Yeah, Matt, I mean, they have not faced a team that has been a primary pass offense yet. But Madison's going to just throw the ball all night. There's going to be no question about that. And we will get a chance now to see the Chardon offense most likely here for the first time.
Well, it's 4th and 7. And the Blue Streaks out to punt. The QB, Josh Gibson, is the punter. Good snap, and Gibson gets off an end-over-end kick. Ziegenfu is going to watch it bounce behind him, will race after it.
What a roll. That ball rolled, Matt, almost 20 yards, and great kick.
Now here we go. The Toppers will come out on the field. The offense led by the one and the only Mr. Tommy Beninati.
Quarterback, he's got 462 yards this year, 7 rushing touchdowns. And Matt, here's the thing about Tommy Beninati, 462, that's a great number. Remember, these are in limited quarters. Most of the time, middle of the 3rd quarter, his night has been done. He's also thrown the ball 16 times, and every time he's completed a pass, it's gone for a big play.
Well, let's see what Beninati's going to do here. From the gun. Going to keep him himself, tripped up, though, in the backfield. And for Madison, Gonna be Seth Schrock in on the tackle.
Chardon, of course, running a wing T offense, so they're a run-first type of team, but when your quarterback's averaging over 9 yards a carry, that's when you know things are clicking.
Guys in the backfield, Ethan Ziegenfuss, Joey Dinko, Joe Sivas, John McKnight, they'll all be getting carries tonight. Bettinati hands the ball off Dinko. Dinko gets through the first line out near the 15, going to bring up third down.
Dinko second on the team with 360 yards rushing, almost 10 yards per carry. He's got 7 touchdowns. He's caught a couple through the air. He's a real dynamic player, both catching and running.
Will be third down and short ball at the 14-yard line. 3rd and 2 for the Hilltoppers. A very manageable yardage here. Again, that normal wing T formation that we see from the Hilltoppers. And somebody moved. The question is, was it Chardon or was it Madison? They both jumped. Encroachment against the Blue Streaks. Hilltoppers will take it.
First penalty on Madison, and it's a costly one.
Jamie, for as much as we've talked about the running backs and the quarterbacks here for Chardon, the offensive line has done a tremendous job this year providing protection. And Bettinati keeps it himself, going around the right side, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Bettinati stutter step to the 45, out near the 46-yard line. Flags are coming out, and this is coming back.
It's a holding. It looked like a terrible call. And right now, Chardon is not getting some of those in-between plays. I don't like to criticize the officiating very often, Matt, but that play was just so right in front of us.
Now they're huddling for a long time.
Oh, never mind.
Wow, face mask
Coach
against the
Hewitt.
Blue Streaks.
All right, so just in defense of me for a second, Hewitt absolutely was going crazy on the sidelines. He thought that was a hold. We all thought it was a hold. He had thrown his headset off, and now he's laughing. So, all right, that's fine. No problem. We'll ask Mitch about that after the game. That was fun. 15 yards tacked on.
At the end of the penalty.
Wow.
Or at the end of the, where Bettinati went out of bounds. So Chardon crossing midfield, ball on the 38-yard line, first down and 10 Toppers. They are
Coach Hewitt is fired up, man.
He wants this game.
He is fired up.
Pistol formation. Ziegenfuss makes a nice cut left side, gets to about the 35-yard line.
We saw Ethan run the ball a lot in week 1 against West Geauga. He had 9 carries, 115 yards. Haven't seen it much since. Now remember, he leads the team in receiving. He's only got 3 catches. But Matt, every time he catches the ball, it's gone for an average of 42 yards.
Not too shabby. Second and 7 from the 35. Pitch, Dinko coming left side around the 35. Wow. 30 and knocked out of bounds.
What a great block by Sivas and Ziegenfuss. Not only did they take down Madison's Brian Zehe, but they took him all, they pancaked him on that lead block.
It's what you want to see your guys do.
Bigger, stronger, faster. That's what Chardon talks about and has since Bob Doyle was the head coach many, many years ago. He coached Mitch Hewitt, and Mitch brings that same sort of mentality to this team.
3rd and 1 from the 29. They need to get to the 28. Bettinati hands the ball off. Sivas makes a stutter step, and Sivas gone! Touchdown, Hilltoppers! 29 yards out.
Great burst of speed for Cybus. That almost looked like a video game juke. He stopped in his tracks, went back a step, and scores on the right-hand side. Joe Cybus scored the first 2 touchdowns last week that put away North, and he continues here tonight.
Well, Cybus, 3 carries last week for 111 yards. 29 on that pickup. Jeez. That scoreboard is just going to take a pounding every time Ziegenfuss kicks it down there. 14-0 Hilltoppers. And Jamie, it's again more of the same.
Absolutely. First offensive possession, the team goes right down the field. Remember, that was a 90-yard drive, and it's capped off by Cybus, 14-0. And, you know, coming in, we didn't even have a chance to talk about it, Matt. You mentioned it in the opening, but John Camp from the News Herald had figured out that it had been 102 minutes and 27 seconds of actual game time since Chardon had scored against Madison, who is one of their rivals. Took nothing. 50 seconds it ended, and now not only has the defense got some points, but the offense as well.
Well, ironic in a sense that it was a defense that struck first to end that scoreless streak, but Bettinati and company made sure that the offense wasn't going to be left out either. And Jamie, again, you have to give the running game a lot of credit. They just made some good decisions with the football, made some nice cuts and great blocking.
Yeah, that offensive line, and we'll talk about them the next time Chardon has the ball. We should make sure that we list them all by name more than once tonight.
Well, with 6:06 left to play here in the first, Ethan Ziegenfuss again getting ready to kick the ball off, and he does. Ball going to be brought up just shy of the 2-yard line. Some running room down the right sideline, and Ziegenfuss will make the tackle. Boy, oh boy, Dell Duncan Busby had it and just kind of ran straight down the sideline.
Yeah, he's one of the Blue Streaks playmakers this year for sure at receiver, and he shot out of there, and the tackle, I think, was made by the kicker.
Yeah.
So
the thing about that, though, is when you look at Ziegenfuss, you know, he plays on offense, he's the cornerback, so it's not just the regular kicker that doesn't know how to tackle.
Exactly.
Late substitution, the fullback Seth Schrock coming in, and he's going to line up as a wideout. 4 receivers set, 3 to the near side, 1 to the far side. They'll fake the handoff. Gibson going to take it around right side, cuts back midfield, 50, 40. Gibson cutting toward the sidelines, the 30, and pushed out of bounds just prior to the 20-yard line.
Defense beaten badly on that fake. Everybody converges on the fullback, and it's the quarterback who has the football. First big play of the night for Madison.
Streaks 1st and 10, ball on the 23-yard line. One man in the backfield. They will hand the ball to the first, well, the only back through. And nothing much going there for Dominic Conforte. Dom Conforte, just a sophomore, 5'6", 185.
Chase Klein again out this week. Coach Hewitt thinks he'll be back for Mayfield, which is in 2 weeks, a home game here at Memorial Field. He is a huge part of this team, but he's out with a broken hand right now.
2nd and 10 from the 23. Gibson looking left side to throw. Ball caught, but then quickly tackled. They went to Schrock, and a lot of red helmets right there to make that tackle. Waskovic, one of the guys in there.
Madison doesn't traditionally huddle. They receive the play from the sidelines. The huddle is becoming a lost art in football, Matt.
3rd and 4 from the 17. Another pistol formation. Quick pitch, ball going to be dropped near side. Was looking for Duncan Busby, but it was a low throw.
Wasn't a good throw. Wasn't much that he could do there.
Now it's going to bring up 4th down and 4. And Tim Willis is going to be going for it here. He has nothing to lose. His team trailing 14-0. Madison 3 for 5 last week against Brush on 4th down conversions. Gibson again looking to throw the football. Feeling pressure, going to step up, flushed out left side. Throws the ball toward the end zone. Ball falls incomplete. A late flag comes out.
He had a guy open, but he's throwing across his body, and it was high. What is the penalty, though? Thrown by the back judge. And they're looking at Madison, so I think it's going to be against Chardon. But I should stop predicting these kinds of things. I know Dave's not going to be happy with us when the email comes out. It is on Chardon.
A holding is the initial signal.
Costly penalty is going to give Madison a 1st down. Maybe. It's a 5-yard, not an automatic, so we'll see how close it is. Hey, don't forget, parent-teacher conference is coming up. And this is your opportunity to meet with your student's teacher on an individual basis to discuss the academic progress being made. The dates there, September 27th and October 4th from 4:30 to 8:30 p.m. Registration is dead. The deadline for registration is the day before.
Will be 1st and goal, Blue Streaks from the 10. 2 receivers on each side, 1 back in the backfield, Alex Caswell. And Gibson gets the ball, and Gibson trying to go forward, gained a couple yards there, but a lot of black jerseys around him.
Aside from that Gibson run that we saw this time, Matt, Chardon has given Madison penalties that has continued their drives. That's one thing that you would be unhappy about right now if you're a Hilltoppers fan.
A lot of penalty yards. 2nd and goal now from the 8. Very similar formation from the Blue Streaks. Gibson again gonna run right side, stops, looks toward the end zone, throws short of his receiver. He had to come back for it and fall down. That was Duncan Busby again.
Once again, he was under pressure, rushed out, going to his strong side that time, but the throw still low.
Now 3rd and goal from the 8.
Think about this, Matt, again. This Chardon defense has only given up 7 points from the starting defense. These guys that are on the field right now. They've given up 18 total. But it's been the JV team playing in the second half.
Well, I'll get you some eye-dropping numbers in just a second here on this defense. Throw left side, ball is caught and into the end zone for the touchdown. That was Alex Caswell, the fullback.
Tight end, fullback, big young man, 6'3", 230 pounds, and he lowered a shoulder and got into the end zone. So Madison, they needed that.
An 8-yard touchdown reception. Cuts the lead to 14-6. Seth Moyer out to attempt the PAT. Splits the uprights. It is good. Hilltopper lead cut in half, and for the 2nd time this year, the #1 defense has given up a score. 14-7 Chardon.
Well, Madison, they come in, Matt, they've got a win against Lakeside, who has not been particularly good this year and traditionally hasn't been good for a number of years. They lost a very strange game to Geneva that opened a lot of eyes in week 1. They came back and they lost to Perry in double overtime. Perry's 4-0. That's a very legitimate team this year. And Brush, who even though they were 0-3, a lot of people really liked their chances to improve. Madison loses to them in a one-sided 37-12 score. So it was hard to tell exactly what we were going to see, but here's what we know. Chardon, Madison, regardless of who's back and what the records are, this game is going to be tight. And I don't think we're surprised right now that it's 14-7.
One of the things that Mitch Hewitt talked about at the end of last week's game was the fact that Madison, the last couple of years, has been the more physical, the more aggressive, and the more dominant team. They want that to change tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team under Coach Willis who has made the playoffs every year since 2012. Just a perennial team.
The ball caught at the 5, across the 20, 30, and out of bounds near the 40. Boy, Dinko had picked up some steam and just was going to keep going. First down and 10 now. Hilltoppers from the 35. They've only had one offensive possession. It ended in 7 points.
Scissor play.
Going to be a first down.
You're going to hear us talk about the scissor play, Matt. That's where Chardon runs a counter play where they fake one direction, they give it the other direction, and then sometimes they actually give it to one guy who hands it to another. Think about a traditional reverse play, except for it all happens right between the tackles at the line of scrimmage.
Was good.
It's
a good play, one of Mitch's favorites.
Yeah, yeah.
First and 10 now, just shy of midfield at the 48. Bettinati going to take it around the right side, running room, 45-40, 35-30, and knocked out of bounds around the 26.
You think about Tommy Bettinati as a quarterback who takes a lot of hits throughout the season, and he's coming into week 5 now in some way very fresh. There's a flag down.
Now the Hilltoppers are walking back.
Another costly penalty. Some of the fans getting a little testy.
Well, we have not seen Chardon commit this many penalties in a game. The officials just dropping hankies left and right. Penalty will result in a first down and 15. Ball moved back to the 43-yard line. Bettinati fakes the handoff, goes left side and picks up a few, but maybe back to the original line of scrimmage.
Last time that Chardon beat Madison, 2012. It was 7-0. And I think that's the only time that Mitch Hewitt has beaten Madison, right?
He has not done well against Tim Willis.
1-4 in his career.
Second and 10 from the 48. Hilltoppers will hand the ball off. Dinko coming left side, 45-40, first down, 35-30, 25, and shoved out of bounds near the 23. No flags that time.
Well, we saw it from Sivas and we just saw it from Dinko. Those two young men are faster than anybody on Madison's team. I mean, it's just You're listening live at home, take my word for it. If you're watching the replay, you're seeing it yourself.
Jamie, the one thing that has become apparent as this season has progressed, we're now into week 5, folks, is Joey Dinko is becoming such a force on the offensive side of the football.
1 year ago, Dinko and Beninati were both quarterback candidates.
Beninati keeps it himself, this time running left side. Not much to go. Caswell there to help make the tackle. Chardon just grinding out clock, up 14-7.
Andy Janu into the game.
But it's what this offense will do, Jamie. They like to take time off the board. Dinko again gets the call this time. Again, right side, trying to make a couple cuts up to about the, let's say, 16.
Chardon is traditional in one sense. They huddle after every play. The reason that they're actually untraditional is that they are still an offense that likes to run the football first and foremost. High school football in the last 10 years has moved entirely to a no-huddle spread. Chardon has stuck with this same thing for 20 years, Matt.
Now, the interesting thing is, Jamie, a lot of schools starting to come back to the run game nowadays. Cyrus, first down and more, still on his feet. Cyrus to 5, and a shoestring tackle keeps him out of the end zone. Holy cow. Cam Cato saved 6 points right there.
Joe Cyrus, he's got 4 touchdowns now on the year, and that was just his second touch. He almost took it to the house again.
Ball from the 3-yard line now. Hilltoppers again looking to punch it in. Cyrus in the backfield. Beninati nowhere. Or excuse me, that's Ziegenfuss.
It's going to be the final play of the first quarter, Matt.
Indeed it is. Jamie will pause, take a timeout here on GTV. Second quarter action coming back next.
To celebrate the 50th anniversary of that championship, the 66 Hilltoppers were led by head coach Dick Bellamy and coaches Bill Pinnell, Richard Stocker, Mike Fisher, John Ridley, and John Roethlisberger. Coach Bellamy has traveled all the way from Florida to be with his team tonight as they celebrate what was then the first football championship in 20 years at Chardon. The team was undefeated in league play that year and scored more points than any team in Chardon's history, setting records weekly with its run-and-shoot offense. The team is celebrating here at Chardon Memorial Field and at the Bass Lake Tavern tonight. Everyone is invited to join them. Let's hear it for your Hilltoppers, the 1966 Western Reserve League football champions.
In that undefeated season, and they are here tonight. Very interesting, Matt. Supposed to be here was Coach Dick Bellamy, who came all the way from Florida, and also coaches Bill Pennell and Dick Stocker and Jevnikar. Dave Jevnikar was on that team.
Boy, probably a lot of great memories for those guys.
Dave Jevnikar on the 1966 Western Reserve League championship team. A lot of fun.
Now, congratulations to all of them. And the 2016 version would love to earn another Western Reserve Conference championship and join those fine gentlemen, Jamie, in school history. To do it, though, they've got to defeat the Blue Streaks.
Man, we've got some green footballs flying into the crowd. Kind of aggressive.
Beninati going to hand the ball off. Dinko right side. Dinko in the end zone. Touchdown, Toppers from 7 yards out.
First play of the second quarter is the Chardon touchdown, and Dinko's 8th touchdown on the year. He now takes the team lead in that category.
Is Ziegenfuss ready for the PAT?
Doesn't have a scoreboard to beat up.
Kick is true. And Jamie, with 11:56 to play here in the second quarter, it is Chardon 21 and Madison 7.
Hey, don't forget you can go onto our website, geaugatv.org, and sign up for our email list. It's quick and easy, fast and fun. Just put your email address right in there, and then every week when we set our schedule, you'll be the first to know. You can go to that website also, order DVDs of tonight's game or anything that we've done in the last 20 years. And for the first time this year, you can now watch all of our sporting events live for free. I'm sorry, not live, for free on demand on the website. Just click on free on-demand video on the right side of the site. And Matt, now
after all these years, Jamie, it's so nice to see you on TV, so nice to see Jan on TV.
Even you, Matt, way out in Wycliffe, can now watch GTV from the comfort of your own home. And now you've done a number of games this season. I have to ask you.
Yes.
You have watched.
I have watched.
You've done it. Wow.
I needed a little bit of time.
Matt Jaworski's a 10-year GTV veteran, and he finally saw himself.
Finally saw myself on GTV.
Amazing.
Saw a soccer game and a football game. Now I realize why they continue to call me the high and whiny one. That ball going to go out of bounds.
A rare mistake by Ethan Ziegenfuss, the kicker, to kick it out of bounds, which is a penalty.
Now we've been watching him throughout this season, Jamie, and it's interesting because Ethan has been working, I think, as of late on directional kicking on the kickoffs. He's not been necessarily trying to kick it through the end zone every time. We're seeing a lot of on-purpose kicks that are just a little bit shy or that are headed straight toward one corner of the end zone.
Well, I mean, he's had a lot of opportunities to kick it off because Chardon is scoring a lot of touchdowns. So at some point, if you just bang it into the end zone every time, maybe it gets a little boring for the senior.
So Josh Gibson from the pistol will fake the handoff. Gibson trying to get away from the Chardon defensive line, but he will pick up maybe a yard.
Well, that play probably not going to trick Chardon. It did once, but Madison.
Well, you know what they say, shame on, you trick me, shame on me, trick me again, shame on, I forget what the saying is now. Oh, well. I had it there for a second.
Yeah, I think I know it, but you've confused me so thoroughly that I won't even bother.
Jamie. 2nd and 8 from the 37. Gibson bobbled the snap, and Gibson lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Boy, that could have been a turnover for the Blue Streaks.
When you're Tim Willis, the head coach and Madison's offensive coordinator, you've seen now every time Gibson has touched the ball, he's been surrounded, he's been pressured, flushed left and right, he's been hit hard. I don't know how this game ultimately shakes out. It's 21-7. I can tell you that watching the game down on the field, it's more one-sided than that. And at some point for Madison, they're going to have to think about the second half of this season and not getting Josh Gibson hurt tonight, Matt.
Yeah, he has he's taken some licks. Gibson claps his hands, gets the ball, looking to throw, stepping up, runs into his own man, and Gibson dropped for a huge loss.
I don't like to use comparisons to professional sports, but right now Gibson looks like he's playing behind the Browns offensive line.
Sam Eldridge, the junior, number 25, 5'10", 193, in on that sack. Haven't gotten to call Sam's name a lot this year, but boy, he really helped blow that play up. 4th down and 18, and Jamie, Madison, we mentioned this in the first quarter, one of their big problems has been turnovers. They nearly had it twice on this possession, but Gibson able to hang on to the football. Another line drive punt. We picked up by Ziegenfuss behind the 40.
He's got room.
Down the sidelines, the 40, 35-30, inside the 20.
That's the one disadvantage, Matt, of that low line drive kick. The first time that Gibson, here comes a penalty flag.
That was awful late and way away from the football.
Yeah, way after the play was over. But that low line drive kick worked out for Madison the first time. Second time, Ziegenfuss gets it on one bounce, and off he goes. The cover team doesn't have much of a chance to get downfield.
Penalties on the Hilltoppers. It will move the ball back to the 39-yard line. Didn't see from the officials what that penalty was. And no announcement.
Maybe a late hit after the play. That's all I can think of. Block in the back is what it seems to be. Very late.
Boy, it's starting to get windy here.
It's fall, Matt. It's autumn.
Down the left side, and that's going to be a big chunk of yards. Nice gain by the Hilltoppers, but another flag comes out, Jamie. Beninati walking back after a big run. Holding. Boy. The Hilltoppers have played so well for 4 games, and now they're facing a lot of adversity, but it's from themselves.
Yeah, I mean, home crowd not happy. But lots and lots of penalties. Still lead 21-7.
Had the chance to talk with Tiger Laverde a couple weeks back. I was calling the Kirtland VASJ game. There was about an hour-and-a-half rain delay, and we were talking about holding penalties. And Tiger goes, you know, officials, they can call a holding penalty they want in any play in football, period. It's there. Dinko going in motion, wave it off. Going to be against the Toppers. Illegal procedure.
Yeah, back they go. Illegal procedure, false start on Chardon. So now, what is it, man?
1st and 20. Ball going to be pushed back to the 47 of Chardon. They have to get to the 24. Check that, I beg your pardon. It was for the 44. Beninati on the ground, still running. Another flag. Beninati on his feet will get the first down if this flag stands.
Beninati just busted off a 30-yard run, and here comes a penalty flag. And based on where it's thrown, it's another hold. Holy cow, Matt Jaworski.
Oh, the Chardon fans not happy. Mitch Hewitt.
1st and 30? No, it'll be from the spot of the foul, but sheesh.
Going to be interesting to see the halftime stats, penalties against the Hilltoppers. We have not seen them do this year.
So because it's a spot foul, they actually gained yards. It's still 1st down and long, but they gained yards. because of where the penalty occurred.
Now, ball on the 40-yard line, making it first down and about, we'll say 16. That's what the scoreboard says. Bettinati keeps it again. Nice stiff arm, has some running room. Bettinati cuts the corner. And Bettinati hit hard inside the 30.
Flag comes down.
I
think that's a helmet-to-helmet, man. I mean, that was a tough hit by Seth Schrock.
That might even be a targeting.
Wow. Bettinati got drilled. Will it be the helmet-to-helmet penalty? Boy, maybe these referees want us to say their names again.
Might as well. They're set in front and center of attention tonight.
They are huddling. And it is on Madison. And
that
it's going to be half the distance.
An automatic first down.
That is the one hit that still makes everybody cringe in football. 30 years ago, that would have been a clean hit. Not anymore. What we know about concussions and head injuries and how dangerous this game can be, that is no longer tolerated, thankfully.
Ball at the 12-yard line. First down and 10 Hilltoppers. And
penalty
another flag.
There's a flag down.
Shocking.
We've now run 6 consecutive plays with a penalty flag, and this one will go against Chardon. Maybe. No, one guy says offsides. Another guy says illegal procedure, which is a false start. So, who wins?
Rock, paper, scissors? Flip a coin.
They're going to huddle again. Yikes. All right, well, I've got to read.
Hey, they're huddling more than the Madison offense.
Hey, don't forget, birthdays, anniversaries, and other special occasions can be made more special through GTV. You can send us those pictures of your special event, and we'll help highlight it. Best way to do that, of course, send us an email, geaugatv@windstream.net. And if you are on Twitter, you should follow our Twitter handle. That way, when we set the schedule, you'll be the first to know. That handle is GTV Replays.
Will be offsides officially on Madison. Jamie, and if they want to see what you got to tweet out, because you tweet during the games.
I typically do. I haven't yet tonight, so way to make me feel badly about that.
I'm sorry, I thought you were.
Of course, you can follow Leaf Sports, which is the Maple Leafs high school sports Twitter feed. Lots of Geauga County updates through that.
Cyrus moves behind the QB. He gets the handoff, goes ahead, and Cyrus gets closer to the goal line inside the 5, down to about the 4.
And no flag.
Great point.
Playing football again here at Memorial Field in Chardon, and it's getting colder. If you're wondering, Matt Jaworski is in khaki shorts, and I just saw him shiver. So,
yeah, no penalty flag. Second and 2 for the Toppers. Ball handed off, I think that was Cyrus. And it's a touchdown, Hilltoppers. It is.
Second touchdown for Cyrus. He followed the lead blocker on the left-hand side, and he got in, and Chardon now with 27, soon to be 28. That was an awfully boring drive given the penalty flags, but guess what? Chardon now 3 offensive possessions, 3 touchdowns.
What you expect from the Hilltopper? They're showing Madison that this year they are the physical ones.
Extra point.
Boy, Ziegenfuss kicked it off the gate that time out there. I've warned you folks, don't park your cars over there when he's kicking.
28-7, Hilltoppers. Thanks for joining us here on GTV. And one of the things, if you come to this area quite a lot, you've noticed that our high school track is under construction. It has presently been closed for the past few weeks and will remain so until the project is completed. But sometime in mid-October, that is the target date for the track to be back. And Matt,
It's
I know
getting there.
you don't live in Chardon, but that track used so much by the community, and then the field in between the track is used by all of the youth teams as well. So
Yeah, they haven't been able to use that while the track's been under construction.
right. So we look at it now. It's got some blacktop asphalt on it. They have not put down the I assume it's going to be red again. I don't know why it wouldn't be. But it'll be ready for springtime.
You know, on the one side, the practice field looks as green as ever. It looks great.
Yep.
Ziegenfuss puts the tee near the near side hash marks, about a yard off.
Don't forget, it is senior band night, so at halftime, we will have for you the Chardon High School Marching Band.
Directional kick again, and again it goes out of bounds.
Very close. That one was about a yard from going into the end zone. So, another penalty.
Now it brings the ball out to the 35, and that's where Madison will take over.
Have to give a special thank you to Tom Liebhart, one of the Chardon coaches who provides us with statistics throughout this game. I wonder, not traditionally, he gives us your very basic stats. You think he's keeping track of penalty yards tonight?
He might be.
Maybe our guy from the News Herald is.
We'll have to ask Tim. He's got a lot of stats there. But you know, Jamie, no matter the outcome of this game, Mitch Hewitt will be working with his team this week to clean it up, getting rid of those penalties. They've got a big game next week. It is the first road game of the season for the Hilltoppers. They stay in Geauga County and they head down to Bainbridge to take on the Bombers of Kenston. Gibson dropping back the pass. No pressure ball. Tipped in and going to fall incomplete. Sivas was the guy that got his hand in there to bat that ball down. Will remain second down and 10. Now again from the pistol. Claps his hands. Gibson looking to throw. Has a man this time in the flank around the 35. Knocked out of bounds shy of the 45-yard line. Was able to get the ball into Duncan Busby. One of the few times that Busby actually has been able to make a catch. We'll bring up third down and 1 for Madison. Off again, running room, first down, Blue Streaks, and a little bit more. Ken Klein gets the first down, one of the few times we've seen them run the football tonight. Yeah, good play. A very traditional run out of the shotgun. Gets the 1 plus 10. And so we're about halfway through the second quarter. Madison again driving. Madison, again, no huddle. We've seen it all night. Gibson claps his hands. Flag comes flying out. Ball is going to be, what are they going to say, caught on the far side, very near the first down marker. However, it's coming back.
Yeah, great catch. Low throw, great catch. Doesn't matter. 5-yard penalty is going to move Madison back to 1st and 15.
Now Madison feeling Chardon's pain.
Strange to see this many penalties in week 5.
Week 2, week 3, week 1 especially. But the bulk of it has been a holding and either offsides or false starts. Now they're trying to sort this out. Official will put the ball down on the 48-yard line. It'll be first down in about, I will say 15 or so. Hilltoppers up 28-7. Gibson, quick throw across the middle. Ball is going to be caught around the 40, up near the 35. And a late flag does not bode well for the Hilltoppers. He found again Duncan Busby. Jamie, these officials, they're just throwing the flag like it's nothing.
I can tell you, one of the last things that we ever like to talk about is officiating, but they are not giving us much of a chance. Chardon's got a personal foul, too.
Folks, I don't know what to say. You saw what I saw. Unless something was said.
Madison right back up to the line of scrimmage.
They're in a rush. Trips near side, receiver far side. Klein in the backfield. They'll look to throw back near side. Schrock cannot hang on to it and drops it.
Screen play. Quarterback looks one way, throws back the other. A little bit high. Probably catchable. Schrock wishes he would have brought it in, but
now 2nd and 10 from the 20. Two men go in motion for Madison. Gibson jumps. Now he's being chased. Throws the ball toward the end zone. Nice catch for the Blue Streak. Touchdown.
wow. Not only did he almost get caught, that is the quarterback Gibson, he throws a high throw and a one-handed catch.
Ted Davis, the tight end.
By Ted Davis, and
his first
Madison,
catch of the year.
Madison doing just enough right now.
20-yard touchdown reception by Davis. And Moyer out for the PAT. Gets his left foot into it, and it is good. With 5:38 to play here in the second, Madison cuts the lead in half once again. It is now Chardon 28 and Madison 14.
Well, coming up next here on GTV, we've got Hilltopper Sports. On October 7th, we'll be back here at Memorial Field for a home game against Mayfield. That's going to be a big one.
Yeah, Wildcats 1-3 right now, Jamie.
1-3, but they beat Chardon twice last year. So October 11th, we're going to have a replay. Riverside Chardon Girls Soccer, October 11th is the game. Check our website for the replay date. And October 15th, Chardon Berkshire Volleyball.
That's a Saturday, folks.
Always a fun one. Saturday morning. Are you on that one with me?
Yeah, I get to finally see my first volleyball game of the year. Been doing a lot of football, pretty much exclusively football, both American and European. Shout out, by the way, to my broadcast partner last night, Mr. Mark Cosa.
whose son is on the football team as the reserve kicker. We have seen him kick this year.
Dean has done a nice job backing up Ethan Ziegenfuss.
Did Dean get on the roster finally? We finally have another updated roster. It's taken Chardon a number of weeks. Yep, there he is, 37, Dean Coso on the roster. Congratulations, Dean.
High end over end kick, fielded around the 9. Up to the 20, 25, 30, 35. Dinko spinning around on his feet, 40, 45, 50, makes another cut. Dinko still going up to the 40, and Joe Dinko, it takes almost the entire Madison team to bring him down.
Yeah, every time Madison got some hands on Joey, he was able to break the tackle. He was one broken tackle away from taking that all the way, but great, exciting return.
Chardon with great field position. Let's see what they can do. So far, 3 for 3 on the night when it comes to scoring. Hands off, goes to McKnight. John McKnight into the game, goes right side, picks up about 5 yards.
John McKnight is one of those guys for Chardon who's a sophomore. This is a team that is senior built. They start 20 plus seniors, depending on the package that's in the game. There are just so many talented young men out there. There aren't a lot of underclassmen. It doesn't mean that they're not very good. It just means that there's so many good seniors ahead of them.
Handoff this time goes to Dinko, and Dinko does what he does best, into the end zone. Touchdown, Toppers.
Heading toward that concession stand.
Give me a popcorn.
South end zone, left side. Again, Dinko, the fastest man on the field. Believe that. No flag. That's great. And Chardon's got 34 points here with 4 minutes to go before halftime.
35-yard touchdown run from Joe Dinko. 2 touchdowns from Dinko, 2 from Cyrus. Ziegenfuss kicks it into the shrubbery.
Matt, Ethan Ziegenfuss has actually not attempted a field goal this year, but he has 29 extra points.
Jamie, I hate to use this number because it doesn't come from the Maple Leaf, but in the News Herald coverage area, he is top among kickers in scoring. He's the only kicker on the list without a field goal.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question he's got a 40-yard kick in him plus. It's just that the Chardon opponents haven't been good enough to keep the Hilltoppers out of the end zone.
Now Chardon ups the lead back to 21. We've had a running clock for a number of games, but at the rate this game is going, that may not be the case because Madison refuses to go away. Due in part to Chardon self-inflicting themselves with a lot of penalties. Now Ziegenfuss again, he just keeps lining that ball up closer and closer to the left hash mark.
Yeah, well, he's gone out of bounds on the last 2, so let's see what he's learned. Deep breath.
High end over end kick. Going to be caught at the 1. And Madison does not get back to the 20-yard line. They should have let that go. Cato was the guy that brought it back up the field.
So we've talked about it before, Matt. This month, GTV, 20 years old. And in honor of that, each Monday night, we're going to bring back one of our old broadcasts from the vaults Dave Jevnikar calls them the oldies but goodies. And we're also going to play then one of our new games as well. That's the plan. So check channels 20 and 22. They're going to run simultaneously. And check our website for more information about that, geaugatv.org.
Well, Josh Gibson from the pistol. 3 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Looking to throw left side. Ball is going to be dropped.
Not a great throw.
Yeah, it went to Cato, and Cato could not hold on to it. Well, the Chardon defense has given up 2 scores in this game. 2 more than they had all season long. The first team defense, that is. You wonder, Jamie, if you take out those penalties.
Yeah, that's a frustrating thing for a head coach. He's got the lead, but he is not happy with the way that the team has played in the first half.
Gibson will try to go the screen route, and it doesn't bode well for him because Chardon had it snuffed out. We're Conforte that caught it, and Conforte just couldn't go anywhere with it. Dropped for a loss of 5, 3rd and 15 from the 10.
These communities very, very close. I know a lot of people in Chardon who either graduated from Madison. There are some Chardon residents that teach at Madison. Chardon teachers who graduated from Madison, et cetera, et cetera. So this is always a really great rivalry.
Madison going to call a timeout with 4:01 left to play in this one. With that, we'll take a timeout here on GTV. Welcome back, everyone. 3rd down and 13. Madison trying to get their formation straightened out. They now do. 2 receivers on each side. Conforte in the backfield. Moves to Gibson's right. Claps his hands. Gibson looking to throw the football again. Going to put it up in the air and threw it way over the head of everybody.
Miscommunication. It goes toward the sidelines, and there was nobody there.
Jamie, that's got to be frustrating for a coach. You call a timeout, get the team together, you talk over a play, and what happens? Your receivers and the QB not even on the same page.
Blue Streaks are going to punt again. 3rd time for them. Ziegenfuss had a great return his last time, and of course the quarterback is the punter, and he's going to be standing almost in his own end zone here on 4th down and 13.
Chardon has blocked a couple punts this year. Good snap. Gibson, a lot of time. Again, another low line drive kick. Ziegenfuss picks it up at the 50. Stutter step. Tries to make a few cuts across the 45. Spun around and will be brought down near the 40.
Well, offense has been very good. Again, 4 touchdowns. I'm sorry, forgot about Dylan Hemley's interception return. Beninati, he's going to come over talking to Dave Toddy and the head coach Mitch Hewitt. Offensive coordinator Don Novotzik, who is Mitch's father-in-law, up in the booth. A lot of times we can hear him yelling in our headsets. Not so much tonight, though. He seems to be calmer.
Been rather quiet. Beninati takes it himself. Running room, Beninati breaks 1 tackle, breaks another, and across the 30 down near the 20-yard line.
That's that downfield running. Beninati makes 1 move, and he's gone. And the safety, the only thing the safety could do there for Madison, Matt, is slow him up.
Well, he slowed him up just enough to make a tackle. First and 10 from the 18. Toppers inside the red zone once again, looking to add more points on the scoreboard. Give to Dinko. Right side, Dinko makes a few cuts toward the end zone. Well, was it? Touchdown Toppers. I couldn't see the officials.
The lines judges couldn't keep up. I mean, they weren't in any position to make the call, but Dinko gets it in. And Chardon's got 41 points, and we are not at halftime.
Wow. Dinko, another hat trick.
Madison's defense is entirely overwhelmed.
Boys, they're a better kicker. He cleared the stadium on that kick. He hit someone's car.
I feel like we just spend too much time talking about Ethan Ziegenfuss.
Because he's great. I love the kid.
They got 6 touchdowns, and
yeah, this is not good. It is starting to
picked up.
Yeah.
42-14, the Chardon Hilltoppers, whose only weakness tonight has been penalties. Don't forget, it is a green out tonight. The Chardon Crazies are in all green. Both teams are wearing green socks, and some of them have green things on their arms as well. That is to bring awareness to mental illness. And Jen Bartone, who's the new executive director for NAMI, which stands for the National Association of Mental Illness, Jen Bartone of Geauga County, NAMI, put together a great event tonight, and it's just interesting to see so many Chardon fans, parents, players, and students wearing green. As you guys know at home, our Chardon's colors, red and black. So, a little bit of a different thing.
But kudos to the Geauga County community, to the Chardon folks in particular, for supporting such a worthwhile cause. And Jim, you had a chance to talk with her last week.
Yeah, she was on GTV, and I've seen her tonight. She is everywhere, running around, trying to get things going. They threw out some really neat green footballs tonight, too. Did you catch one of those?
I did, and I happened to give it to a Mr. Peter Ward.
Did you?
Yes.
My son. Wow.
Sandy said no more because he already has 3 now.
Thank you for that, Matt. Peter and Walter at the game tonight. They each have a couple of those.
Well, folks, it is a 28-point lead for the Hilltoppers, up 42-14. Chardon on the year, well, coming into tonight, had put up 188 points. That's about 47 points a game. They'll be adding on to that tonight. They have given up about 20, it actually is 21 points total this season entering tonight, which was about 5 points a game.
Madison coaching staff is frustrated, Matt. You can see it over on the sidelines.
Now Chardon, the better team tonight. Gibson looking to throw, has a receiver that's, excuse me, that is Busby, excuse me, Duncan Busby.
Great open field tackle again by Chardon's Jesse Smith. He's been one of the corners this year, as has Shane Quinn, both lockdown corners. Ethan Ziegenfuss is in the secondary at corner as well. John McKnight, one safety. You've got Mason Ziegenfuss, who's, you know, he's the punter. He's got a huge leg. They just don't punt very often.
Once per game. Gibson again, more pressure, stepping up in the pocket, now running to his left and throws the ball away.
Running for his life. Throws it into the ground, and he's hit after the play. That was Sam Eldridge, a junior.
Boy, he is limping.
I said, Matt, hey, Madison got 5 games left.
Going to be 3rd and 7.
For the Hilltoppers defense, when they know Madison's going to throw the football, then they can pin their ears back and let it go.
Now, we saw them do it last week against Trubisky. And doing it this week again against Josh Gibson. Quick throw. Ball's bobbled but caught and should be a loss.
And Chardon's going to take a timeout.
Why not? They've got 3 left with 2:18 to play.
They want more points.
Jamie, I'm going to throw this out there. Hey, remember, Chardon gets the ball back beginning the third quarter. The other thing is, they're up 28. So they need a hold and a score here on 4th and 7. And they can head in the locker room with a running clock situation again at halftime. Just saying.
Do you have a plan for when the wind takes the tent? When it takes it off the ground and
I'm just gonna watch it. There's nothing I can do.
Well, if you're listening at home or watching, of course, Chardon's press box situation not the greatest. We know that. So we are on a table with a tent like we typically have every week.
This side behind us is kind of secured a little bit, but not much.
Well,
we've got the one microphone, which I guess is going to be.
Chris, Brian, we might need a hand at halftime.
If you guys have some cinder blocks, we can keep it down with. Here we go, 4th and 12 now for Madison, and Gibson again back to punt deep. Boy, Jamie, this would be a heck of a time to have a block punt here for Chardon. But the punt protection has been excellent for Madison.
He gets
tonight.
rid of it pretty quickly. Not really much of a chance.
Best kick we've seen from him all night long. Ziegenfuss calls for the fair catch at the 48.
But once again, Matt, here we are. It's only the second quarter, but we're in this situation because Madison's 1-3 this year. Again, perennial playoff team, well coached, big kids, big district. However, you got to keep asking yourself the question: is Chardon this good? I think that they are. But
a lot of people have been questioning that, Jamie.
Madison's going to get hit with a penalty, I think. There's a flag down.
Why not? You know, it's been, what, a couple possessions since there's been a flag?
Unsportsmanlike conduct, so maybe some frustration setting in. Again, there are 6 teams in the WRC with losing records, but they're going to start playing each other. And we know teams like Mayfield, Kenston, they're playing some tough non-conference type schedules. And I still think that this conference is top-notch. I know that the records aren't bearing that out here early on, but
now, there's a lot of teams that have bulked up their schedule this year, which it's not quite panned out. Bettinati keeps it himself. Bettinati forward, and Bettinati up near the 30-yard line. Jamie, keep this date in mind, and folks, I want you to circle your calendars. It is October 14th. Do you know what game that is? Riverside.
The only other 3-1 team in the conference. Winning record team.
Bettinati dropping back the pass, going to throw across his left. Sivas with the catch. Sivas across the 30, close to the first down marker. Tried to catch the Blue Streak sleeping.
He's just short. Clock is running.
3rd and about 1. From the gun, Bettinati ahead, and Bettinati should get the first down. They'll stop the clock. Hilltoppers will have about 1:21 to go. Jamie, I do like this aspect of the Hilltoppers, though. And we hadn't seen this in years past, but they do run somewhat of a no-huddle at times.
Well, this is a good time to practice that. They just got a first down. You need to get your no-huddle offense onto the field, you need to run that. You need to think about your onside kicks even. You got to be ready when the second half of the season comes.
Bettinati barking out the call from the gun. Man in motion is Dinko. Bettinati again goes straight up the middle. Bettinati makes a couple cuts, has some running room. Bettinati, big first down inside the 10, down near the 5. First and goal from the 5. And it's going to be a touchdown, Toppers. The QB, Tommy Bettinati, takes it from 5 yards out with 57 seconds left to play. (48-14).
Hilltopper fans, don't forget, after all Chardon football games, you can go down to the Bass Lake Tavern, where not only do they have great food, great drink specials, but some portion of your bill will go to Chardon's athletics. So why do I bring that up, Matt?
Because you may be there?
Because we find ourselves in a 49-14 football game at halftime, and yes, I would start to think about what someone might do after tonight's game.
This game has just been all Chardon Hilltoppers, folks. The Toppers, a couple times they've shot themselves in the foot with penalties, but for the most part, it has been all Chardon all the time. And boy, if Euclid was to fall to Solon tonight, then no doubt about it, this would be the new team in the top of the crop. And Jamie, I know you guys don't do anything in terms of ranking the teams in the Maple Leaf, but I can't see how NDCL would jump over this Hilltopper team, because Chardon just right now appears to be all that and much more. Dominant on offense, dominant in special teams, dominant on defense, and they've got one heck of a coaching staff. One of the reasons why they lead 20 or by more than 30 points right now, it is 49-14. The Hilltoppers have just obliterated Madison tonight, making up for those shutouts that they have had to receive the last few years. That ball will just inside the pylon, gonna bring out the flag. Invite you to stay tuned, by the way, folks. The Hilltopper Marching Band coming up at halftime. For you folks at home, you'll get the fine sounds of the Blue Streak Marching Band, which bigger numbers than the football team tonight, or this year. A rarity in Madison. But of course, following them, the mighty, mighty, mighty Hilltopper Marching Band. .57 seconds left to go. What will Madison do? Certainly you don't want to leave much time on the clock. Chardon still has 2 timeouts. They will go to the ground, try the running game. Nothing going there. The Hilltoppers anticipated it, and they did not give Ken Klein any running room whatsoever. Clock will continue to run. This should be the final play of the half, as long as it's a running play. Gibson going to keep it himself. Gibson brought down in the backfield for a sack. Joe Sivas going to get the sack, and that will do it. Chardon heads in the locker room up 49-14. And the Hilltoppers going to be going out in style. It's the final game in a 5-game homestand to start the year. 49 first half points. The Hilltoppers putting up numbers unseen outside of the city of Menor and the Menor Cardinal offense, week in, week out now. We again invite you to stick around for halftime, folks. We'll have great band coverage coming up next. We'll pause and take a timeout and bring you coverage of the bands next on GTV.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Introducing the 2016 Chardon Hilltopper Marching Band. The band is being led onto the field by drum major Nick Schragle. Do you enjoy the video game Guitar Hero? Well, if you do, tonight's show should be right up your alley because every tune can be found on some version of Guitar Hero. Up first with a 1971 hit from Deep Purple, here is Smoke on the Water. This next tune, originally by Stevie Wonder, was covered by the Red Hot Chili Peppers in the year 2000. Featuring our Topperette line with seniors Audrey Drago, Morgan Geisheimer, Sarah Seifert, and Katie Stagg, here is Higher Ground.
Good luck, guys! You go!
Guitar Hero show with a classic by the 80s mega group Journey, featuring our trumpet soloists Matt Moore and Jason Teisel, and our majorettes with Captain Hallie Spino, Nicole Large, Hallie Mesercourt, and Sierra Huff. Here is Don't Stop Believin'. Put your hands together for the Chardon High School fight song.
Return to second half action here from Chardon Memorial. Matt Jaworski, Jamie Ward with you. 24 minutes to go in this one. Hilltoppers up 49-14. Jamie, I don't know how much more we can say it this season, but it's been all Chardon all the time in this one.
Hilltoppers in the mercy rule. Clock will run, and they are going to have the football. The offense has not been stopped yet tonight, Matt.
Looking good. As a matter of fact, the only thing that has stopped the Hilltoppers has been their own penalties.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the numbers. Tommy Bettinati, the quarterback, 14 rushes. He's got 139 yards and a touchdown. Joey Dinko, 9 carries, 122, 3 more touchdowns. Boy, he had 4 last week. And Joe Sivas, every time he touches it, something big has happened. 3 carries, 49 yards, 2 touchdowns. So, Matt, that's 3 carries, 2 touchdowns. Not bad for those 3 seniors.
Easy day at the office for the Hilltoppers. Here we go. 1st and 10 from the 33. They'll hand the ball off. First team offense still out or comes out on the field to start off. It's Sivas going ahead. Didn't see that last week, but
Well, I mean, there's still a lot of football left to be played. Now the clock is going to run. So if you're Chardon, you want a prolonged drive, pick up some first downs, get the clock going. If you take it in here and get a touchdown, bang, you've nailed it down, Matt. That's what I think they're focused on right now.
Now, other issue is this, and keep this in mind. These guys, they played a full game against West G, but that's been it. At some point, these guys got to go 4 quarters. Beninati keeps it himself. Through the line and very close to that first down. He may have it.
Strange to think here we are in the 3rd quarter against Madison, and we're running the clock the same way Chardon did against a team from Ontario, Canada, who hadn't even played a game yet and was playing by a different set of rules.
Jamie, how much more respect do you have for that Canadian team now?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great point.
Beninati barks out the call, looking to come around the right side. He does, running at 45-50, down to the 40, 35-30. Beninati off to the races. Beninati into the end zone. Touchdown, Toppers!
Right into the green out. The Chardon student section there. And the clock, it took them 2 minutes to go down the field. My goodness. It's going to put Beninati up right around the 200-yard mark. 2nd touchdown for him.
So Ziegenfuss comes out for the PAT. No doubt about that one. Bangs it off the scoreboard. And it is 56-14 Chardon after that huge Tommy Beninati touchdown run.
Hilltopper offense, again, that wing tee. And Beninati, like his older brother 3 seasons ago, TJ Beninati, who had a tremendous season. In fact, TJ was a quarterback the last time Chardon beat Madison. A downhill runner. You look at Tommy on the roster. He's listed at 6 feet, 5'10", 167 pounds. But he's got such a long stride. It's difficult to bring him down on one hit. And he really, truly is a north to south runner. Once he gets the corner, it's very difficult to catch him.
Now, what it has not been difficult to do is to look at the scoreboard and see the Hilltoppers winning, because they've done that this whole entire homestand. Hard to believe, Jamie, 5 games have come and gone.
All here at home. I had someone say to me this week, it seems like every game they play is at home. Yeah, that's right. Every game has been at home. All 5. Now, they will play 4 of 5 on the road in the second half of the season, but such a great way to start your season with these seniors. And this is our first Friday night game of the fall, officially.
Ziegenfuss, no doubt about that one, into the end zone. First team defense will make their way out onto the field. And they are looking to make life miserable for Mr. Josh Gibson, who had a very rough first half.
Yeah, Josh ran the ball 7 times for 27 yards. Some of those, though, were broken plays in which he had to scatter. So he's not a type of quarterback who is going to run the ball a whole lot. He's more of a traditional drop-back passer. He had to throw the ball 19 times in that first half. He only completed 7 of them, did have an interception, and only 34 total yards. He is back out there. He's a senior. He is poised. But let's see what the Chardon defense has.
1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Clock running under 9 minutes to go. Gibson looking to pass. Little out route and incomplete.
Good pass, open receiver, but probably 6 inches too out far in front of the intended receiver. So,
well, Chardon just having their way defensively with the Madison defense, or excuse me, the Madison offense. Gibson brings his running back inside. Looks to throw down the field. The right side has a man open, but overshoots his intended target.
As Chardon moves forward, Matt, they're going to be 5-0 after tonight. And the only concern that I would have if I'm Mitch Hewitt and this coaching staff is, how do we react in a 4-quarter game? How are we going to play? It's going to eventually happen. And it's probably going to happen at some point in the second half of the WRC. It's certainly going to happen in the playoffs at some point.
That is a great point, Jamie. One that only time will tell. Little swing pass, ball's caught, going to be a first down for Madison.
Yeah, nice little play. Completed out into the flat. They needed 10 yards, and they got about 15.
Well, on the other side, Jamie, you can't ask for much more if you're the Chardon Hilltoppers.
It was a very long first half as we already approach 9 o'clock here.
Well, when you have as many penalties as they did, though. Pressure on the QB. Gibson spun around, gets out of it. Being chased again, and will throw the ball toward the sideline. Tipped away and incomplete. Hilltoppers had a lot of black jerseys around Josh Gibson, who continues to limp.
Hey, Marty Makar got hit there, the assistant coach, who is the kicking guru for Chardon. He seems to be okay, but got to have your head on a swivel on the sidelines. Coach Makar has been blessed with the Ziegenfuss brothers this season. We haven't talked a ton about Mason Ziegenfuss, who's a junior punter. I'm sure he can kick, too. And he just hasn't had the opportunity to punt much this year. Chardon has just been too good.
Gibson, again, more pressure, rolling out right side, throws the ball down the field. It's dropped. Boy, he had his man, but Duncan Busby just couldn't hang on to it.
Yeah, good route, good throw right at midfield, but it is dropped. Well, next week, Matt, Chardon at Kenston. We have been bringing you that game actually for many years here on GTV. It used to be a week 2 matchup that was always a lot of fun between the two biggest schools in Geauga County. Then they decided to join conferences, so the game got moved now to week 6. Kenston maybe not looking forward to it, but we are.
Gibson looking to throw again, feeling some pressure. Flushed out right side, throws the ball across his body and incomplete. You know, Jamie, you look at Kenston, and they're a team that traditionally, and I don't even know why I said traditionally, but over the last 3-4 years has come out of the gate and has suffered major injuries prior to the season starting. This year, from what I gather, that didn't happen. They were relatively healthy. But unlike years past, they just can't get things going right now.
Yeah, graduated a lot of seniors.
4th and 10. Gibson, decent punt. Gonna head out of bounds, though. Ziegenfuss couldn't return that. And Chardon, the offense comes back out onto the field.
Well, GTV's digital photo library is available on our website, geaugatv.org. And we have surpassed the 100,000 photo mark. You can go all the way back to 2008. And that's not just our athletic events, but our holiday events, recitals, the fair, community holidays as well, like 4th of July. All of that stuff available for free, downloadable at geaugatv.org.
That's a lot of pictures taken by Dave Jevnikar.
Yep.
1st and 10 Toppers, ball on their own 40. Bettinati hands it off. Dinko looking to go right side. Nowhere much to run. That's one of the few times the Madison D-line has bottled up the Chardon.
And it is the first-team offense. Matt, let's get the offensive linemen out there again. Let's give them a shout-out. They absolutely get overlooked in all of this success.
You got guys like James Bryant, Justin Stanko, Cameron Neas, the center. We'll talk about the right side after this. Bettinati keeps the ball himself, trying to come around the right side, spinning around on his feet, brought down a hard hit, but stays in play. Eric Molaise, the right guard. Dustin Clute, the right tackle. You have a tight end, Mitch Butala. Trevor Swick will get some tight end action in there as well. They'll do some blocking.
Always tough to be a tight end in the Chardon offense.
3rd and 3. Dinko again does not get it.
No, he hit the line.
Stopped shy of the 50.
And he went down. What's Chardon going to do here? They're not going to go for it, are they, man? 4th and 1, up 42. Tell me, what's Mitch going to do? He's going to go for it.
Where's Mason Ziegenfuss? And the answer is not on the field.
Offense on the field.
But this is Chardon's MO, folks. They do this. They do it often. They don't like to punt the football. 4th and 1. Handoff. Toppers get the first down. Cyrus picks up the first down. Clock continues to run.
Fullback dive on the right-hand side. Bettinati takes a quick snap, gives it to Cyrus. Chains move. Clock is running. The clock has not stopped yet, other than the
score.
The score.
Sorry.
So we're catching up.
Sounds like you have places to be, kids to interview after the game. Bettinati keeps himself left side. Most of the defense makes a cut, gets up to the 30-yard line. A touchdown saving tackle by Seth Schrock of Madison. Wow.
Chardon cheerleaders with the green pom-poms, and it is the official green out. Lots and lots of green. Neat to see. All for mental illness. You know, obviously anyone who's watched sports is familiar with the pink games that are everywhere. It was nice to sort of bring awareness somewhere else, I thought, tonight.
Yeah, tremendous job. They'll fake the handoff. Bettinati steps up in the pocket. Now he'll go forward, gain a few positive yards. Boy, Madison, Jamie, got to give Madison credit because a couple teams have been beat by that play this year where Chardon has gone on and hit that home run ball. Madison stayed home, had everybody covered, did not let Bettinati throw the football.
This will be the final play of the third quarter. It's 56-14. Jamie Ward, Matt Jaworski, thanks for joining us. Don't forget, you can always watch this video free on demand anytime you'd like. JuggaTV.org.
Bettinati, nice stutter step move. Makes his way up near the 20, falls forward. He'll be maybe a yard shy. And that will do it. The third quarter is over. Chardon up on top, 56-14. We'll take a timeout when we come back. Fourth quarter action here from Chardon Memorial. Welcome back, folks. Start of the fourth quarter. 3rd down and 2 for the Hilltoppers. Dinko right side picks up the first down and much more. Dinko, touchdown Toppers from 21 yards out.
That's another 4 spot for Dinko. 4 last week, 4 touchdowns tonight.
8 touchdowns in a 2-game span.
You can pick up the Geauga County Maple Leaf every Thursday to see the Geauga County leaders of all 9 schools covered in Geauga County. And Dinko now up at the top of the list.
Bad snap, Ziegenfuss, he doesn't care. Still puts it in the bushes. Jamie, I know it's really early for this, but it's got to be for Player of the Year. We got to be looking at one of the guys for Geauga County Player of the Year here on this Chardon team.
Geauga County Touchdown Club will name a Player of the Year based on our writers at the Maple Leaf, and we've got about 5 of us who cover football on a weekly basis. And boy, the only thing Chardon's got to worry about at this point, Matt, is who might it be. It's not to say that there aren't there's a couple other guys out there who are having good seasons, but you and I are true believers in this Hilltopper football team.
You know, from the get-go, there was so much talk and so much hype. And it is so difficult for teams to live up to that hype. You look here on the east side, and maybe the only team that has ever lived up to that hype has been Kirtland. I mean, my goodness, that's a program. 5 consecutive state title appearances, 3 state title wins in those 5 years. And they look like they could be very well headed back to another state title this year, or a championship game. But this Chardon football team, they're playing like they want to be in Columbus.
Good news for Chardon, too. You look at that district that they're in, that region, and they're going to have to play some very difficult public schools like Aurora, probably, eventually, Hudson. But you don't have a major private powerhouse, and I think Chardon should feel pretty good about that.
Hilltoppers this year moved to Division II, Region 5. The reason why I say that is there was only 2 Division 2 regions in Division 1 last year. Now there's 4. So that's why the Hilltoppers have returned to
They were Division 2 last year.
Right, Division 2, but Region 3. They're Region 5 this year. We'll talk about, by the way, where the unofficial rankings are according to Joe Eitel just after this play.
Gibson's still out on the field for Madison.
Yeah, so is the Chardon #1 defense. He's being chased. Going to throw toward the sidelines, incomplete and out of bounds. No chance to catch that one. Right now, Bedford has the most points in D2 Region 5. Then Warren G. Harding, Akron Ellett, and Brecksville Broadview Heights are the top 4 teams. Checking in at number 5 are the Hilltoppers, the last undefeated team in Region 5. Behind them is Hudson, Aurora, and Copley.
Mentioned that this officiating crew is from Norton, so that's in that area.
Gibson claps his hands, steps up in the pocket, throws down the field, has a open receiver who makes the catch, and that's Del Duncan Busby, big first down for the Blue Streaks. And the teams on the outside looking in. Barberton in the 9 spot, then Riverside sitting at 10, and Maple Heights at 11. They're all 3-1. You have a slew of 2-2 teams, South, Green, and Nordonia in slots 12 through 14, and then a bunch of 1-win teams followed by Garfield Heights and Akron North at the very bottom. Hilltopper's going to burn a timeout. We'll pause and come back. We'll take a timeout here on GTV. We return to action from Chardon Memorial. Matt Jaworski, Jamie Ward with you the last, under 9 minutes in this game. 63-14 is the score. And Madison, well, Jamie, their offense, really kind of the story of their offense tonight, just going nowhere.
Chardon's got a bunch of new faces into the game defensively, and of course, these kids are now varsity veterans.
Yeah.
With the amount of time that they've had. How many letters is Chardon going to have to hand out this year?
Everybody's getting a letter. Okay, not everybody, but there's a lot of guys lettering this year. Gibson still in the game as the Blue Streak signal caller. Quick throw down the field, has a man just over his extended reach.
That was a beautiful throw, high and in the air, a true bomb down the left side of the field, and it was just a matter of whether or not the receiver could get there, and he could not.
Duncan Busby just, they've been off tonight, Jamie. Just cannot be on the same page. You look at this Chardon offense, and it is a team that averages about 408 rushing yards a game, about 80 passing yards a game, and 488 total yards of offense per game. Defensively, they give up 95 rushing yards a game, 56 passing yards a game, for a total of about 152 yards per game. Do the math. That's a plus minus of over 200. Throw nearly, it's intercepted by the Toppers.
No, it's not. It's incomplete.
Oh, the back judge waved it off. John McKnight nearly had it picked.
Yeah, it looked pretty good. And
Chardon offense is going out in the field. They think it's an interception.
We don't have the 15 angles we would have if this was a nationally televised game. But the back judge pretty confident that ball hit the ground, and then McKnight, the safety, trapped it.
Well, if he needs to have a review.
Brian, do you have that? We have that shot?
We got it.
Right. You at home on GTV, you can see it. When you've got Foster on the sidelines, it's like
anything's possible.
Yeah, you've got many, many angles with one camera. They're going to punt.
Want to shout out, by the way, our camera guys tonight, Brian Foster and Chris Graw, doing what they do best. Gibson took his time, but gets the punt off. Going to take a Madison bounce inside the 10 and down near the 6.
Chardon didn't have a return man back there. Maybe not convinced that Madison was going to punt it, but they're down 49, so not much for them to do. And we've got a new set of Hilltoppers coming on to the field, Matt, on offense.
We do indeed. And Dylan Hemley, generally the guy that takes the second team snaps, but I don't think, Jamie, that I saw him out on the field. They don't have enough guys on the field.
They have 9. No, they have
Kovacheski, the QB, and a timeout has been called. Timeout by Chardon. They do not have enough guys.
It's Madison who took the timeout.
Madison taking the, what?
Maybe Madison didn't have enough either.
2.
No, Madison doesn't have 11 either. They were going to go 10 on 10.
Why not? At this point in the game?
A clock stop with 5:59 here in the fourth quarter.
Well, one of the only 2 ways that clock can stop. Officials timeout, and of course, a score. Hey, folks, want to remind you once again, next week, GTV hits the road. We'll have audio-only coverage for you. Hilltoppers facing Geauga County rival Kenston. From, Jamie, is it Bomber Stadium? I can't remember now. I think it is.
That's right.
Bomber Stadium.
That's exactly right.
Here we go. Kovacheski under center. Each team now with 11 players. He fakes the handoff, tries to go around the right side, and is going to be tripped up and brought down in the backfield. Little, if no gain for Chardon.
Don't forget, after the game, stay right here on GTV. We will have Mitch Hewitt's post-game speech, and that is always exciting, Matt. Mitch, boy, he knows how to get these kids in this community fired up, doesn't he?
He does. And you know, what a great talk he had with them last week about respect prior to the homecoming. dance. That was great job and great coaching and mentoring on his part.
Chardon has a great thing that they do now after the game, and maybe Brian will get this on camera, and maybe he has already, where they all rush after Hewitt afterward, and they're actually all waiting, and then he does like this magical thing with his hands, like he's, and then they all come running up. So much fun. I got it on my phone a couple of weeks ago. Just got to stay tuned for it. It is exciting, and these young men will be very excited after tonight's win.
3rd and 9 for the Toppers. Man moved on the O-line. Well, why not? We had a lot of flags in the first.
The clock is not supposed to stop on penalties. All right, there we go.
Had a lot of flags in the first half. Might as well have a few in the second half.
The officials have not thrown many flags here in the second half, so everything just must be better.
There we go. Again, shout out to the championship 1966 Hilltopper team being celebrated tonight.
The Western Reserve League. You know, Matt, you talked about the Kirtland Hornets and what they've been able to do. And don't forget, it was the Hornets that Chardon beat back in 1966 to win that league. Strangely enough, back then, they would have been actually rival schools before the communities sort of headed in different directions, population-wise.
Well, it's 4th down and 14 now. Couple failed run by the Toppers' second string. And with 3:35 left to play, this should bring out the punting unit.
I think Mitch is going to end up calling a timeout.
Yeah.
They do not have the unit that they need on the field. Now the back judge, who is supposed to be keeping the delay, he's supposed to raise his, there it is. And they will call a timeout. They use the entire play clock. That's what we were waiting for.
Can't blame them. Might as well do it. You had an extra timeout left. Use it up. Boy, ho-hum Chardon again putting up major points on the scoreboard again tonight.
Did you get all the scoring? Do you got it all written down?
I do.
Can you go over it?
I can, and let's do that, Jamie. Things opened up in the first quarter. 50 seconds in the ball game. Dylan Hemley, a 15-yard touchdown return on an interception, made it 7-0. Then Cybus made it 14-0 midway through the first, a 29-yard touchdown run. Alex Caswell got the first score against Chardon's first team offense since week number 2 against Geneva on an 8-yard touchdown run, 14-7. Dinko, a 7-yard run, made it 21-7, 4 seconds into the second quarter. And then Cybus, a 5-yard run at the 6:48 mark, opened it up to 28-7. Ted Davis hauled in a 20-yard touchdown reception to make it 28-14. Last of the scoring for Madison. Great kick by Ziegenfuss. Going to be called for a fair catch at the 42. And that's where the Blue Streaks will come out on the field. But after the 5:38 mark, Jamie, of the second quarter, it was all Chardon. 2 consecutive touchdown runs by Dinko. A touchdown run, 2 touchdown runs by Bettinati, and then another touchdown run by Dinko. There's your 63 points.
Matt, I'm going to have to ask you after we go off air tonight what my story should look like in the Maple Leaf, because I'm running out of things to say about this team. We've written just about everything through 4 weeks about a team that, like you said, has had almost no weaknesses and is undefeated at 5-0. When was the last time Chardon was 5-0, I wonder?
That's a great question. New players in the game for Madison, and same results, though. Nothing going on there. They really can't get that run in. Pat Baldry, the ball carrier. Jamie, Chardon has won games this year, which is 28-0 over West Geauga, 49-7 over Geneva, 62-7 over South Collegiate Institute from Canada. Handoff, met at the line and dropped. Great job by the Chardon D-line again. 49-7 over North, and now 63-14 over Madison in the last 2 minutes of this one. You know, Jamie, the question that Chardon is going to be asked and is going to now be talking about is how are you going to play on the road now, going 4 of your next 5 on the road. That screen just thrown way too high for the receiver to bring down. Guy who's actually not even on my roster. You know, statistics have shown Chardon one of the top 10 winningest home football programs over the last 10 years, or last 15 years.
Where'd you find that?
Chris Lilstrung wrote about that this past week in the News Herald.
Wow.
He also talked about the top 10 losing programs as well, but I won't get into that. Ball up in the air, they're going deep, incomplete. I think Chardon clocked in at like number 5 or something like that.
It's a change of possession, so now the Hilltoppers will get a chance to come onto the field and take a knee. Well, Matt, the final again, 63-14. Thanks for joining us again. Whether you are listening live at home, we'll be with you every week. Watching us on replay, you can watch this game as many times as you like on our website, geaugatv.org. It's free and now on demand. And of course, you can also order a DVD if you are so inclined.
That's right. Keep it for safekeeping.
There will be no more snaps. Chardon will not even take a knee, as the clock is going to run out here at Memorial Field.
Well, with that, we're going to pause and we're going to send it down to the, we're going to send it down to the coaching staff. Mitch Hewitt and company will hear what they have to say, then I'll wrap this thing up here.
Hey, they can't get hurt doing this. Don't get hurt. Coach. Hey, how about that shutout? Hold on. Great job.
Hey guys, really good job. We got a chance to do, I think the last time Chardon was 6-0 was 1998. I think we got a chance to be 6-0.
This guy.
Fantastic job, fellas.
Yeah.
What we rushed for, but it was a lot.
Fellas, when you hang 63 and everyone knows you're running the ball and all you throw for is 2, I mean, it's a thing of beauty. Fellas. It's a thing of beauty.
Yeah. Hey guys, we have an opportunity to do something really, really special, and you. When you're 17, 16, you don't know that. I mean, there was a time coaching here, you just took it for granted. Well, we're going to be in the Final Four every year. We're going to be in, the state tournament every year. In the stadium, we have a chance to do something really special. So let's commit. Let's do it.
Hey guys, I told the linebackers this before the game started. In 1994, something really special started against Madison. It was a deep run. It started against Madison back in '94. Think about that. Let's go. Good. Anyone else? Here's what I would say is you got a few hours to enjoy the pats on the backs and some media love, but like ultimately guys, remember why we're in this position is because we've enjoyed and endured the process, correct? Like it's when you start looking ahead, it's when bad things happen, right? It's like people that climb Mount Everest, most tragedy occurs on the way down after they've reached their goal. The goal has not been met. And now we got to become road warriors, right? And I think our faithful, our crazies are going to join us on the road. Because someone told me before the game that Kinston just happens to have their homecoming this week. Okay?
First game in their new stadium, coach.
And their new stadium. So, congratulations. I'm extremely proud. I mean, I've been a part of a lot of wins here. This one means a lot because these guys are taking me out back and just whoop me. So, I appreciate it. I'm thankful. I'm grateful to be around you guys. And like I said in the locker room, it's great to go to war with people you consider your family. And that's what I do. These coaches as well. So, Joe, break them down.
Let's go, boys! I'll be 1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome back, everyone, to Chardon Memorial. What a night here for the Hilltoppers, 63-14 winners. The Chardon offense is continuing to roll, grinding it out on the ground, making next week a big game against against Kinston. It's going to again be their first road game of the season coming in week 6. Well, that does it for us. Want to extend thanks going out to our cameramen tonight, Chris Graw, Brian Foster, also Brett back down at Mission Control, keeping us on the air on GTV. Chardon with the win improves to 5-0. Madison the loss falls to 1-4. Thanks also going out to my partner tonight, Jamie Ward. I am Matt Jaworski. On behalf of all the rest, we'd like to wish you all the best. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you next week.